Sion.
Okay, we have Duke head coach John Shire. We have the starting five from tonight's game. Start with an opening statement from coach, and then we will open it up to questions for the student athletes. Just raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. Just give name and affiliation before asking your question. Once we've gotten through some questions with the guys, we'll keep coach here. We'll dismiss them. We'll go to questions for him. Coach, if you want to make an opening statement. Okay. Congratulations, and looking forward to seeing you in San Antonio.
That sounds great. San Antonio sounds great. I mean, look, first, couldn't be more excited and happy for these guys to my left. You know, I think Tyrese and I, the feeling of losing last year at this point, every decision we made, everything we did was to get back here and then have the team have the opportunity to advance to the promised land, to go to San Antonio, to go to the Final Four. So couldn't be more proud of the team as a whole, their attitudes the whole season from day one. I think this group has been different. They make fun of me. I keep telling them, don't change. Don't change, keep being them. And I thought the story tonight against an incredible offense, and Nate does an amazing job with their offense and the way they play. It's like nobody else. To hold them to 65 points is incredible. Watching them play the other night, they score 113, 25 threes. I think the biggest thing for us was not to take the bait of getting so spread. Three Youngblood, Holloway, and Sears had 21 of the 25 threes. And so for us still, we want to use our length and size, and these guys did an incredible job. Couldn't be more proud. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you talk to these guys, and then you're stuck with me afterwards for a little bit, but couldn't be more proud.
We'll start here in the front middle.
Brett Freelander, Saturday Down South. This is for any of the players, but specifically Sion and Reese. What did you guys do specifically to make things so difficult for Sears to get open looks, and by extension, everybody on their team?
Why don't we start with Sion, and then we'll go to Tyrese.
Well, first of all, it was by committee. We were switching a lot, especially in the second half. So Kaman was on Sears just as much as me or Tyrese was. And the big thing for him was just showing them bodies, making sure that whoever was guarding the ball knew they weren't on an island by themselves, and making sure Sears knew that he wasn't on an island with our big or whoever else. And I think we did a good job for the most part of keeping him off the foul line, which is where he gets a lot of his points from.
Tyrese?
Yeah, just making it difficult for him, not getting clean looks. I think the start of the first half and then the start of the second half was huge. Just, if he's such a good foul shooter, so him getting to the free throw line gives him confidence. So just trying to do our best to, just like Sion says, show bodies and not foul him.
Stay on that side at the end of row 3.
Anthony Sula-Heffinger, Yahoo Sports. For Cooper, when you don't necessarily have your best offensive game, what was it like to see the rest of the team step up and really lead you guys to victory?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of something that I've said a lot through this whole year, is that we just have such a talented team. Each night could be somebody else's night. I think tonight Khan kind of stepped up and had the ball a lot. We ran a lot of actions for him. Tyrese was huge for us. I mean, I think it's just having so many talented guys on the team. It's not going to be your night every night, and just don't hang your head. Just keep playing hard. Something we talk about, just winning the 98%, doing all the little things. So just not letting the shots affect anything else you do, and just knowing that the rest of the guys got my back and are going to make those plays.
We're going to go in the back in row 4 in the middle.
Yeah, hey guys, Adam Zagoria, NJ.com. For all of you guys, Duke has won 5 NCAA championships under Coach K. This is obviously Coach Shire's first Final Four. What does it mean to you guys to help him, get to the Final Four, and what do you think it would mean to him and the program if you can go all the way?
Why don't we start with Khan for that one, and then we'll have Common speak.
Coach talked a little bit about being in the Elite Eight game last year, so it's really, I would say, a goal for all of us to get to the Final Four for him. Obviously, not all of us are a part of that team. We have Reese and Caleb who were on that team last year, but just getting there for those guys that were on last year.
In common?
And to me, it's a blessing, and it's great to be in this position, doing with such a special group of guys. I believe it's all of us is our first time in the Final Four, and we're ready for this, and we're excited for the next step.
Let's have Tyrese speak as well.
Yeah, obviously been on a journey with Coach, and a lot has changed in a year. And when we were in the bathroom last year after we lost, and I told Coach I was coming back. We both had a vision, and I think just the way we executed and doubled down, the way I doubled down in the off season, the way these guys had my back, I had theirs. I think it shows a lot of resiliency, and I just couldn't be more proud of our group.
Row 2 on this side.
Tyrese, to build off of that, with a minute left, you had a big-time three, and you had a moment with Coach. Was there anything said in that moment, or was it just kind of a mutual understanding between you two that this was it?
Yeah, just that I love him. We've been through so much together, and I don't think I could put into words the emotions that we had together. Last year, obviously, like I said, the way it ended wasn't how we wanted, and I think, just having the trust in him and him putting all his trust in me, just being able to lead these guys has been huge, and it was a collective effort. Like Coop said, each guy stepped up, and, we're not done yet, and we want to get a 6th banner.
We're going to come to this side of the room. We're going to go in row 4. Gina?
Gina Mizell from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Cooper mentioned just you having the ball in your hands a lot more tonight and being in a lot of actions. Just sort of what was your offensive approach tonight, and maybe when you sort of look back on your development this season, sort of what prepared you for, to step up offensively in a game like tonight?
We had a lot of action, specifically tonight for me. I don't know if that was a plan going in, or if I just got a hot hand early. But yeah, just try to step up and whatever role I need to do for the team. It's not necessarily something I've thought about across the year, but just whenever I have the ball, make the right play, and go from there.
We're going to stay on this side, standing over here. Go ahead.
Sure. Tom Merriam, NBC Sports Radio. Cooper, what does it mean to you to be the MVP of the regional final?
Obviously, it's a big honor. It's a blessing. I wouldn't have been able to do it without the guys sitting next to me here and the rest of the guys in the locker room. So I got to give all the credit to them, the coaches, for just putting me in a lot of really good situations, spots on the court, giving me the ball in the right spots, and then just allowing me to play free, off the ball, on the ball, whatever it was, just letting me be me. And just got to give all the credit to my teammates and coaches.
Down here in front, right in front of me.
Sam Fetterman, Daily Dose of Hoops. For all of you guys, this is the standard. This is the expectation at Duke to know that you're adding on to a legacy, making all of the past Duke players, coaches, and the history of Duke basketball proud by adding your names to the list of Duke players to go to the Final Four. Just what does that mean to all of you guys, and has it even kind of set in yet?
Why don't we go Sion and comment on that one?
Yeah, it's awesome because just like you said, it's the expectation almost in a sense because of how it's been here. But it's not a guarantee by any means. Just because we go to Duke or play for Duke doesn't mean that we're going to be in the Final Four every year. It's a grind. We had to work from the minute we got here to get to this position. But it's really cool to know that we're following in the footsteps of some of the Duke greats and have a chance to make Duke history next week.
In common?
To me, as I said, it's a blessing to be able to have a great opportunity like this, to be able to go to San Antonio and do it with such a special group of guys, my best friends, my brothers, and I'm really excited for this, and I'm going to enjoy this win and then move on.
We got time for one more question. I think we have one in row 3.
John Armour here from Undrafted US for Coop. Kind of to build on that, can you just take me through the journey from the beginning of the tournament? A lot of people didn't believe you would even suit up after the injury to now, as a team rallying against one another. Rallying against for one another. And, just coming a game away from this championship? Can you just take me through the journey?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple of different things that go into that. I mean, our training staff, Jose and Nick on the medical staff, just, being really, really great with me, just working with me, putting a great plan in place, getting me ready to come back for the first game of the tournament. And for me, it was just, it sucked, being out missing those games. But just the way these guys were able to hold it down, when the ACC tournament still, had my back, lift me up, was huge. Just gave me so much confidence. And then just to be ready to come back, like I said, the training staff was huge, played a huge part in that. And then just, getting back, getting right, and coming back and playing.
Gentlemen, we appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations. Good luck in San Antonio. Yeah. You can take them. You can take them. They'll probably have new ones in San Antonio. You're good.
Come on, you're here.
You can take yours too afterward. All right?
Perfect.
All right, we'll take questions for Coach Shire at this time. We'll start down here with Jerry in end of row one.
Jerry Carino from Gannett, New Jersey. John, what do you think of the Prudential Center as a host? It's the first time they had this event in 14 years, and what do you think of them as a potential future host for this?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, I thought the crowd was great. I think selfishly, when you get a chance to get back to the Northeast, you see a lot of Duke fans, which is amazing. But just the entire setup, everybody here, the help, professionals, it was first class here.
We'll stay here in row one, right here in front of us.
Coach Jake Fenner, Daily Mail. You're led here by your freshmen. Its mentality might be an issue because this is a stage that they've never played at before. Is that a little bit of a nagging doubt that you have in your mind? And if it isn't, what about, say, Common and Cooper really makes them stand out from that perspective?
I think if you were around them every day, you wouldn't have doubt yourself. I'm not saying you do, by the way. I'm just saying for me, they're mature. Age is just a number, and obviously it's different to have 3 freshmen starting. And tonight we played 5 freshmen. A team that's going to a Final Four, and I think for our program, we've always thought about doing things differently. I think the key to this team, one, is you bring in the right people as freshmen, but then you have great balance. Tyrese is a junior, Caleb coming back, Sion, Mason, Malik. That balance is huge, and I think that was really important for us in the offseason to add that, in addition to really mature freshmen who are loose, confident, competitive, and not fazed by this environment.
We'll stay in row one, right here in the middle.
John, at one point, I think early to mid-February, Caleb kind of fell out of the rotation. What is it about him that kept him focused, kept him engaged, and how big of a lift did he give you tonight in the first half?
Caleb was huge tonight, and to your point, I mean, look, it's this thing is an evolution, and the year hadn't gone the way that Caleb or I had both hoped. But I think the most important thing was our dialogue throughout of just ultimately wanting him to help the team the best that he could, him having an incredible attitude, his family allowing us to coach him. And, I had great confidence in him because he had been stringing together, some really competitive, good games. And tonight his minutes were huge. He had a couple baskets, but, the 3 assists, the defense, I couldn't be more proud of him, and that's part of what makes this thing special too, is the relationship to be able to hang tough when things aren't going as well.
We'll go in row 2 here, and then we'll go to the middle in row 2.
Jackson Shanks, Seton Hall Center for Sport Media. Coach, you followed one of, if not the greatest college basketball coaches of all time. With that history comes the pressure of legacy, and legacies begin to take shape in the round you just advanced to. Were there moments where you reflected on the pressure that might come following a legacy like Coach K? And if so, what are the emotions after a win like tonight?
Well, look, as I was going through the interview process, I did my homework. When you look at successions, And very, very rarely is this thing, do people succeed, following. I mean, there's Coach K's one of one, but following a legendary or a great coach. I'll tell you, for me, a huge thing was having that year, though. And for Coach K to be able to have the vision. I don't know how many coaches genuinely want to see the program succeed when they leave. And for me, I've always wanted to make him proud of him wanting to. Part of his legacy isn't just the wins. I want his legacy to be how our program continues to, be right there as a top program. And that's something Coach K and I have talked a lot about. And so obviously there's a responsibility you feel and a pride, but this hasn't been about outside noise for me, because it just, I don't know if you can ever win. But so my energy has gone into everybody that's in our building, our team, what we can control. And I just couldn't be more proud and thankful for having a group that's believed in me, us, the support from our administration, just down the line, has been incredible. So I'm really proud of the people that have believed in me and us to get this to get to a Final Four.
We'll stay in row 2 in the middle.
Ryan Nussbaum, Red Hawk Sports Network. Coach, how do you plan on getting your team ready for the Final Four? All your players are there for the first time. You're there for the first time. How do you plan on getting your players ready?
You know what? I'm already thinking about it up here, and I have to remind myself I should enjoy this tonight, and we'll have time to do that. We'll find out tomorrow who we play. I mean, it's either way. I know it's going to be an absolute battle and a great game. But how can we continue to be us with different distractions and different environment? And so that's up to us to help as a coaching staff. But I know our guys will be excited and up for the challenge.
We'll go row 1, then we'll go to standing. We'll come back across the room.
Chase Goodred with the Tuscaloosa News. In previous games this season, when teams have done a good job against Alabama's three-point shooting, they usually get a lot of mileage out of pick-and-roll action. That really didn't happen tonight. Can you just speak to your interior defense on that topic?
Well, for me, I mean, look, Sears is one of the best players, obviously one of the best pick-and-roll players as well. And we have a luxury to have a guy with Kaman, where he can really play different coverages. I mean, we have a 7-2 guy switching on to one of the best guards in the country, and he's doing a pretty good job moving his feet. Same thing, we had him in a deep drop as well, because just trying to protect our paint more and have our guards really fight over. And then, Sherelle came in, hit 2 threes. So we had to change that. But I think it's a credit to our guys for not getting spooked by the 25 threes, because it can spook you where you're so spread. But obviously where you still have to contest, because they can go like that. And so I think it's a credit to our guys. I'm sure we'll look back and we're fortunate that they missed some open ones as well. But really, I think the versatility for our guys is a big thing for us.
Staying on that side, standing.
John, when you're in the Elite Eight last year, obviously Tyrese didn't have one of his better games. Just what does it say about the redemption he was able to kind of get today with playing the way he did compared to 365 days ago?
Well, you know what? I think that's part of what college basketball is all about. And unfortunately, I know in my playing career, coaching career, there's I've failed before, succeeding. So I think, again, I don't want to call Elite Eight a failure. I mean, Elite Eight is a special thing to be in this game. But for Tyrese in that moment, I think the maturity that he's shown, his preparation throughout the summer, and we've focused a lot of what we do on being ready to be at your best when your best is required. And this isn't a best out of 7. It's a one-game shot you have at this. And so a lot of our focus this preseason, summer, during the year has been about winning the mental game, winning the preparation, winning the energy you put into these moments.
We'll do one final question. We're going to come to this side, row 4.
Coach, I'll ask for your perspective on the question that I asked Con, as far as just where are you most pleased with his development throughout the season that then got him ready to, step up on a big stage tonight, especially with Cooper maybe not shooting the ball the way that you guys are accustomed to?
Well, I think can you hear me still? Okay. I think for us, we have multiple weapons, right? And different teams play us different ways. And so depending on matchups, depending on the coverages we're seeing, for me, I feel very confident. Obviously, there's a three-headed monster with Cooper, Khan, and Tyrese. Sion is such a connector. Kaman's such a connector for us as well. But to have the different actions we run for each of them. I think with Khan, his versatility is huge for us, and his size. He's able to pass. He's able to finish. You feel he's always going to get off a good look because he has great pivots in the paint and great patience. So, and again, you have a lot of times you have the second defender on him, not because the best defender usually is guarding Cooper. So I think for us, just understanding how different teams play us, and it's a luxury for me, though, having really 4 guys on the floor. You can put the ball in their hands. You trust they're going to make good decisions, and they can get us into offense. I think that's an incredible luxury to have.
I think we're going to take one more question right here in row 2.
Rachel Kaplan, the Duke Chronicle. Coach, you got a few more minutes out of Malik tonight. Can you just talk a little bit about what you saw from him tonight and how he is looking heading into the Final Four?
Yeah, so, look, it's an incredible thing what Malik did to make himself available for these 2 games. The intention was not to play him again, and there was just that moment. Pat picked up the 2, thought it was a long game for Kaman, and Malik came in and just gave us a good lift. We need to get him right this week. That's the main thing, just to get him stronger, more stability as much as possible. It's not going to be, what he or I would hope, of course, but I think another week will do him a lot of good. But I'm thankful for him, for just his attitude and being available. But we need to get him stronger, healthier, and I think I'm more confident in what he can do next weekend.
Coach, we appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations.
Thank you. All right.
Good luck in San Antonio.
I'm taking this. All right.
Take them all.
Thank you. No, I'll take them. All right, thank you. All right, thanks.